So, a few months ago, I proposed another animation challenge. This time around, animating only using the older characters from RWBY. Well, it's finally time to take a look at everyone's submissions, and wow, you all came in with full force. I got a whopping 20 submissions this time. That's crazy, seeing how everyone has participated in this little challenge of mine, and thank you all so much. Well, let's not beat around the bush. We got a lot to dive into, so let's start things off. First up, we have Prison. They've animated a fight with Ty and Crow versus Raven, and quite frankly, this is phenomenal. The action is fast but lands a punch, even with the more rough features of everyone involved. For the most part, I could always tell who was who just based on their stances, which is really impressive. Like that one with the boxer stance, that's clearly Ty, and the fact you've portrayed enough of these moments with enough personality to keep things in order is really cool. There is a bit towards the middle where I get a little lost on who exactly is who, but it's nothing a little bit of extra detail down the line or color wouldn't fix in this situation. I really love how Ruby and Yang jump in to help at the end too. You've made Ruby's bullets look badass, and this final shot with Yang and Ty teaming up for a mega punch is just chef's kiss. Fantastic work. Shniark, great name by the way, has given us a fight between Ironwood and Oobleck. What a fun combo. The choreography of the fight is really dang good too. Though, I would love it if you played around more with the idea of their projectiles. Oobleck and Ironwood's weapons have really fun long-ranged attacks. And it would be cool seeing some distance between the combatants here. I like how it ends with, "Who wins? You decide." That's a cute touch. Also, I think Oobleck would win because of his speed. Fun video, I really like the whole thing. 10 out of 10. Now this one is a real treat. I'm not even kidding. This is one of my favorite submissions. It's by Orange Puppet. I introduce to you Ozpin's Coffee Adventure.
What in the world? Oh my god. This must be the world's smallest coffee cup.
I love this. It's so fun. I like how his cane kind of just floats over into his hand. What a phenomenal hook for a short, right? A man finds an incredibly small coffee cup and is confused by it.
Yeah, espresso. Jesus Christ.
And then he just like has an existential crisis in the middle of the kitchen about how he doesn't want to go back to work and what happens if he fails. I mean it. This submission brings such a big smile to my face and makes me laugh. You really all should go watch it. I love it. Flipping over to a darker tone, we have Floof. Floof gives us a scene where Salem and Ozma, get a divorce, I guess is the best way of putting it, but in a much more impactful way. Ozma's wounds are much more severe, and I think what's most poignant is Salem crying and looking sad as she finishes him off. The whole thing is much more sad, rather than the admittedly goofy-looking animation the show used to represent Ozma's depression. Floof here really leans into utilizing the visuals. The simple part of blinking and his daughters are replaced with gravestones that just punches you in the heart. Also, it does a much better job at painting Ozma as a bad person, actively locking away their prior hosts over the years, sending both of them into a spiral of grief. Years and years, decades and decades of torment before he finally comes to his resolve. If you felt like the last 2 minutes of The Lost Fable was disappointing, watch Floof's video. This is really what it should have been. Great stuff. Next up, we've got Antshiel, which I hope I'm saying that right. This shows us a fight between Raven and Crow. While the visuals are really good, if a little wobbly at times, what I really love is the exchange of dialogue between them. I also love how you've used this dialogue from another show to supplement your dialogue here. I think it's from the Owl House.
But then how pathetic are you that you can't best me at my worst?
Anyways, it's really smart, and I really like how you've done this. It's the part where Raven says,
"And why were you so easy to curse?"
The show proper doesn't often do talking during combat very well, and your animation is a great example of how it can be used in really powerful ways. Fun stuff. Really love this one. Next up, we have Espiritu. They've redone the scene in Volume 4 where we meet Jacques for the first time. I like the extra detail, like all the clocks on the wall showing the time zones of every Schnee dust factory in the world. I don't know why, but that just feels like it could have been a really cool, prominent aspect for his design. fun. Also, the detail that the Schnee Dust Company would have had to close a lot of factories because of Ironwood's embargo? Genius. Really sow the seeds that everything he's doing isn't actually all that good. Establish that he's going to turn into a villain down the line. Also, it helps to set up why others like Cordo would have been extra on edge about Ironwood too. And having Jacques stand to meet Weiss as he tells her to sing is a much better visual aid for his manipulative personality, rather than submissively sitting down like he does in the show proper. This is a really great submission. All of these extra details you've added are all super huge positive improvements in my book. Next up, we've got K Cartoons, and they've actually given us an animated music video showcasing the hardships Ozma's faced using the song Path to Isolation, which is just like the perfect combination to make someone cry. The only way you could have made me cry harder would be if you used the only song sadder than this one, and it's Until the End. I'm not even kidding. The first time I started to watch the video, those first few notes started playing and I audibly gasped because I knew it was going to be a heart-wrencher. Fantastic stuff. I'm especially impressed with the turning gears and clock hands and how they sort of mirror each other. Also, all of your backgrounds look fantastic. This shot especially is my favorite. Our next one comes from Jared the Astral Artist, and they've recruited a friend, Newt, to help them out here. I congratulate you for branching out and attempting digital animation. It's a real different beast from pencil and paper and can admittedly feel a little overwhelming. So I'm glad to see you're braving the waters and trying to tackle this beast. The trailer is an AU scenario where during Volume 4, Crow would have gone out looking for the fabled Grim Reaper to join his quest and help train Team RWBY, to better set her up before her real introduction in Volume 6. A great idea, I'd say. You mentioned in the description wanting to be a storyboardist, and I can tell, because these are really great. Follow your dreams, you got this. Oh, it's me and Rambo! That's cute. Look at how cute. Also, I love your redesign for Maria. I think keeping her look more similar to her younger version would just make more sense. This is a really good talking head scene. It's not always easy having it be just a back and forth in conversation, but you've made it still engaging with their dialogue and all the different shots and angles you used. Great job. Next up, we have Cryong. Not gonna lie, the beginning of your vid 100% jump scared me a little bit. The art on the wyvern is stunning. Look at that! Make that a desktop, wow! I really love the full fluidity of this animation, especially with Crow's landing. And the colors and the shading, it all looks really great too. This is all just fantastically made. Fantastic work, I really enjoy this one. Next up is RWBY Zatsu, giving us a mini Crow flashback of Raven killing Summer. So often people will have Raven be a friend of Summer and be sad that she's gone, so it's cool seeing a different take on this scenario. Your artwork is really nice, and I love the simple use of red as your only color choice for important moments. Super poignant, I really love it. And it's implied this flashback would have happened right before he meets up with her again in Volume 4, and I think that would have been a great moment for this. And better set up the idea of her teaming up with the villains later because she wants to kill Crow. Fun stuff, I really like it. But this isn't the end for RWBY. They also helped out Noel with their submission. Noel also collaborated with B.R. Jacobs, who wrote the script, and Celtic Phoenix, who edited the script. I love seeing a bunch of people coming together to work on something. It's so cool. I love it. Collaboration is so much fun. The story here is the moment Ozpin gave Crow his bird transformation power. A fun take on a scene that I never really considered much before. I really love how you've played up Raven's distrust of the situation. Also, the small bit where Glinda is skeptical and doesn't think he's ready, but still greets him with a smile. These are the type of details that will help to paint Ozpin as some sort of nefarious person, questionable as to whether or not this is right or wrong. Oh my god, is this Blender? I think this is Blender. This is a fun little scene. I really love the way you've played with the strength of the stark black and whites for the visuals. Also, one of my favorite things ever is where a scene bookends itself, and you do that with him looking at his own reflection, seeing his face versus the crow's face. Fantastic work, all of you. Really fun stuff. Next up, we've got Combat Ready Studios. This team set out with one mission: prove Lionheart's stupid, dumb, ugly-ass shield could be cool in combat, if done properly. A near impossible task, I'd have said, but after watching this video, everyone look, I don't know what to say, you did it! The whole combat choreography is fantastic. It's fast-paced, but not too fast. Their actions and moves are smart and creative. Leo in this one is actually really intriguing as a fighter now. Since his shield is so small, he's always practically right up on his opponent, forcing them to move back. And if they don't, well then he can just stop whatever attack they're attempting with his shield. But even once they do move away, Leo is equipped with every single projectile you could think of. It really paints him as the sort of combatant that would be on the same level as Ironwood and Ozpin. He's like an actual headmaster here. Watching Leo bouncing between a bunch of different dust types really gave me the impression of this is what would happen when the Red Mage, the Jack of all trades character, reaches level 100. And on top of the top tier combat, I also really liked the dialogue in the beginning.
You betrayed everything you stood for. Are we supposed to pretend like I don't risk my life 5 days a week? So did I. Oh, right. You want a medal. Quit the pity party.
That's a cute reference to the fact that in The Wizard of Oz, the lion won a medal. It's cute, I love that stuff. The voice actors sound spot on for this exchange, just overall, and it just much better set the mood for the combat compared to Volume 5. 10 out of 10, amazing work. It inspired me to check out the rest of your channel, and I'm looking forward to when that Steel trailer comes out. Next up, we got 2K2OK. Is this Blender again? Look at you magicians figuring out Blender. This shit seems impossible to me. This is a fun, flirty little fight scene between Glinda and Ironwood, like a mock battle between them in Volume 3 perhaps during the tournament. It's cute and fun, and I love your voice acting for both of them.
You know, for once, why don't you make the first move? A first strike strategy is the refuge of predators and the insecure.
I especially love your dialogue for Glinda, being really statistical and like intellectually driven even in conversation. Glinda seems like a tough choice to choreograph combat for. Her riding crop isn't exactly easy to use cool moves and stuff, but I think you really nailed it. I especially like how at the end she uses all of the debris and bullet casings he left behind to win the match. Though I suggest using a lighter shade of purple because it's a little bit difficult to see. Overall, this is a really fun video. I really love the use of the camera work too, which I guess is because of Blender. I don't know, Blender's crazy and it's really impressive you guys can use that stuff. Keeping this Ironwood train going, let's look at Doki Draws' submission. Revisiting one of my favorite scenes, Ironwood getting his arm caught in Watts' hard light shield. It's a lot like the original, but I like the faster speed and most importantly the close-up on Watts' face during the dragging part. Also, getting the camera closer to their faces at the end really helps to sell their emotions. Really fun stuff. Next up, we got Pretty Weird Duck, going all out, giving us an entirely AU scenario, where Lionheart has a Faunus-only school in the mountains. What a fun idea. Also in your AU, you have Sun and Velvet being best friends, which is one of my favorite AU ideas too. And we got good guy Adam and Blake here. It's just so much fun. I'm already smitten with your AU universe and I just want more already. But really a lot of the heavy lifting went to Leo, giving him a semblance, Kite, where he can create a shield that can also be used to float for a while, and redesigning his weapon entirely. I really love this version of Lionheart. More afraid of looking weak or not cool enough, a lot of bravado, which feels much more similar to the classic character he's based on.
If I needed your help, I would have asked for it.
It's just so much fun. This whole fight is a lot of fun. Seeing Leo working with Crow, Ironwood, and Glinda, you've completely sold me on this AU setting, and this video is a super fun introduction to it. 10 out of 10. Let's dive into Haley K7's submission. Inspired by a quote from Amity Arena that established Pietro and Watts as old friends before Watts faked his own death. Can we all just take a second to appreciate how many pictures Haley drew? Oh my god, there's got to be easily at least 100 images in this video, and a lot of them are on screen for only a brief moment, barely a few seconds in order to keep up with the pacing of the song. Super impressive. It tells the story of Ironwood, Pietro, and Watts working as scientists, and the loss of someone named Penny. Whether it's Pietro's daughter or not is unspecified, but clearly this woman's passing inspired him to create Penny in her likeness, which I really love. It's an easy headcanon to have, but I love seeing it expanded on here. Oh, you draw Penny so fucking cute. Look at her. Oh my god. They're all living happily together. Penny is cute. Watts gets jealous of Pietro's credit for things. Something's going wrong. Oh my god. This story took a turn. It's not cute anymore. It took a turn. Me and my 3 dads? No, stop it. Stop it. You're gonna make me cry. Haley, how could you do this to me? Really, it's an absolutely fantastic video. Tons of effort went into it, clearly, and it's just a roller coaster of emotions. Oh my god, amazing job. 10 out of 10. Next, we've got J. Yoshio Studio, which I hope I said that right, giving us a what-if scenario of, rather than Winter or maybe Oscar going down to face Ironwood at the ends of Volume 8 or 7, it was Crow. A fantastic idea, because it leads just much more naturally to enhanced dialogue between them. I especially love seeing Crow trying to be understanding and reason with Ironwood, with that iconic Crow style of tough love. Also, the idea this would all just lead to that big epic Crow versus Ironwood fight we all expected would happen is just super fun. I always love seeing just how changing one character could completely alter the flow and balance of a scene. So much fun, great stuff. And now we're wrapping up the submissions with what I'm going to call the Tyrion section, kicking things off with Orange Abyss, giving us an idea on what it was like when Tyrion met Salem. I like that the person he killed was Mr. Toad. That's a fun extra detail. It makes so much sense. Also, shout out to Tyrion's escaped prisoner outfit. I like this. Tyrion's ready to fight the huntsman looking for him, but looks like Salem got to them first. I like this. It not only gives her the air of being extremely powerful, able to kill all of these men in a matter of seconds, just to get what she wants. That's how you set up a villain. But then she becomes doting, like an overprotective mother to him. Great job setting up not only her strength, but the reasons Tyrion would be so connected to her. Yeah, I'm an artist. Yeah, I don't draw hands. Yo, but like same. Hands suck. They're hard to draw. This is one of those scenes that I always wanted to see, and seeing it come to life here with your ideas is just a lot of fun. Great stuff, 10 out of 10. Next up, we got Mr. Magius, reimagining the fight scene at the end of Volume 7 between Crow, Tyrion, and Clover. Specifically, showing us what the show should have done and not having Crow team up with Tyrion. Thank you. Looking at this choreography you've got here, it's fun. It's really fun. Personally, I think these are the 3 characters with the weirdest weapons to choreograph for, so it's fun seeing what you come up with. The idea of Tyrion taking Robin is such a neat one, not only helping to make her relevant in the scene, but if he had succeeded, what a fun way to get her and the Happy Huntresses involved with the plot for Volume 8. But in this vid, Crow and Clover team up and use their semblances to save Robin, and Clover lets Crow go. Yes! Give me that Crow x Clover I love! This is a really good video. Your animation is really fun, and the exchange between the characters is a fun alternative compared to the original. 10 out of 10. Just great stuff. And finally, our last submission this time around is Viper Darkness, who made a whole little AMV, and I love it. First of all, I've never heard this song before.
When we're poisoning pigeons in the park.
So it was a real trip listening to it for the first time in association with Tyrion wanting to kill the Bronwyns. Second, I love this color palette. It's so bright and soft, giving the grim lyrics a fun subversion with the happy feeling visuals, which is a style I just adore. Look at that smile. Look at that award-winning smile. I like this line a lot.
Maybe we'll do in a squirrel or two.
Mentioning killing a Robin. It's fun. This is fun. This is a fun video that is unabashedly exciting. It's just everything I would want it to be. You can tell that you put in a ton of effort to animate everything here too. You went all out here and it shows, which is fantastic. This is the type of really creative fan works that I love to see. So with that, everyone, please watch all of the videos I showcased today in my video. Everyone who participated put in their own time and effort to make something cool for the RWBY fandom, and show them the love and appreciation they deserve. You all didn't have to go out of your way to make these cool animations, but the fact that you did is awesome, and every single one of you made something so unique and fun. Thank you all so much for participating in my animation challenge. Every single submission was an absolute blast. There's links to every video in the description, so make sure you go and show them all some love, because everyone deserves it. Shout out to my $10 patrons, you're all amazing. Nako, James Dodds, Cool Duck, Andrew, Ramiel, Valhalla Knight, Chamomile, Classy Critic, Sunny Shy, Azoth, Great Bar, Pentimenta, Jake, Amber, Hype Man, Zero to Hero, Keithan, Joseph, Scaring Crows, Messiah Complex, and Jacob. So yeah, thank you everyone for participating in this animation challenge. You all didn't have to, and the fact that so many of you did is awesome. I have an idea for another animation challenge, but I'm gonna wait a little bit to announce that one. I'm trying to line them up with times where like it would work with people's school schedules, because I know that's a thing. Like I said, go and show everyone some love and support. All their links are in the description. Go and hit a like on their videos, give them a subscribe, leave a comment saying what you liked about their videos and stuff. Show them all the love and support that they deserve, because they really, really do. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.